These 5 tools I'm about to show you are the most powerful and the most craziest tools on Pixellab app. And if you can master these 5 tools, then you can be so sure of having people will come to your DM and argue that you ever use smartphone to design. Many of them will be like you use Photoshop to create a design that you actually use smartphone to design. And the simple reason why this is possible is because there is a feeling and there is a look your design is giving that is not something that people will ever believe can be created with smartphone. And that is why in this video I've decided to take you on a journey through these 5 tools and how to master them. Stay tuned and follow me carefully while I take you on this journey. See you in the video. You are welcome to this tutorial. This is Iniski Designs, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button. Also do well to smash the like button and also turn on your notification bell so that YouTube can always notify you whenever I drop new content. So like I said, in this tutorial I'll be showing you 5 tools, 5 powerful tools on Pixellab app that if you can master, they are going to change your design game like never before. Okay, so the 5th tool is actually the most important tool among everything, and that is why you need to stay tuned to the end. Please and please don't miss any part of this video. Every part is very important. Every part is very important, and I won't like you to miss out on any of these two. The first tool here is the texture tool. The first tool here, the texture tool. Now I would like to say this first, that every tool on Pixellab is actually very important because it is all these tools that come together are combined and used to create amazing designs. Okay, like you can see on my screen, those are some of my designs that I created with Pixellab. I use all the tools on Pixellab, or let me just say 90% of the tools on Pixellab to create these amazing designs. So all those tools work together, they work hand in hand. But then these 5 tools are the most important tools due to how powerful they can be if you can maximize them. So like I said, the first tool is actually the texture tool. Now one amazing thing about the texture tool is that you can only use it on your text or shape or images. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. If I scroll down, all right, so if I come here, if you look at this place now, you can see that you won't see the texture tool. Okay, you can't see the texture tool from here. If I decide to come here, and click on this, if I scroll down, you won't see the texture tool. So if I just go to everything, you know, this is for letters, this is for text and everything, why this is for images, shapes and all of that, discover that you can't see the texture tool. But then if I click on a shape, for example, now let me change the color of this shape so that I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, this particular color, let me just mark it. Now you realize that some functionalities are now enabled here. All right, so the first, okay, so now we can see texture. Let me just scroll down. Look at this, is texture, guys. This is texture. Please pay attention to my cursor. This is texture. Now with this texture, now I can do so many things, and one amazing thing I actually use texture for is blending my background. Now if you are designing a flyer or a social media design, you will realize that one of the most important things that you need to know is how to blend background. Okay, if you would like me to create a video on how to blend background like a pro, just let me know in the comment section. Just type it in the comment section that you would like to have a video on that, and if I have a good number of persons who are interested, then I can consider it. Okay, so like I said, the texture can be used to create amazing background. Now if you are conversant with Photoshop, I actually use Photoshop to design too. You will realize that one of the major advantage, okay, Photoshop is actually a better software to design than Pixellab app. Okay, no argument. All right, but then you realize that one of the biggest advantage of Photoshop over Pixellab is the fact that on Photoshop there are so many blend options, and Pixellab is not having any blend option. Actually, before you can be able to blend your designs, then you must have gained a level of mastery in designing with Photoshop, in designing with Pixellab. Okay, I'm talking about Pixellab and Pixellab here. All right, so if you must be able to blend designs like a pro on Pixellab, that means that you have gained mastery to an extent, because it's not really so easy. So but one of the most powerful tools that makes it very easy for me is the texture tool. Now I would also like to ask that if you would like a specific video on each of these tools, let me know in the comment section. So if you want a specific video, or you want specific videos on each of these tools, because in this particular video I won't be able to show you all the functionalities of these tools due to the fact that I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, but then I'm going to expose you to how powerful they are. Now how to use this is very simple. Just click on texture, and let's assume that I want to create a flyer. For example, now I will just pick a background, okay, maybe a downloaded background. So let me just go to my downloads and scroll down. Yeah, let me see if I can get an amazing background to just show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so let me pick this, for example. Yeah, let me pick this. All right, so let me pick this, for example. Yeah, this is it. Look at this particular image. Now just mark it. Now you can see that something is happening. I've been able to more like import it now. Okay, but then if I want to actually blend my background, this is not the first thing I do. The first thing I do is to adjust my shape. Okay, just click on edit, then I use gradient, right? I use gradient and I create the fade effect. All right, so I just tap on this and I increase this up, and okay, and yeah, I can leave this, but then I would like this to be black because of the kind of image I'm importing, since it's kind of dark in a way. So click on OK. Now mark it. All right, so you can see what is happening now. Now if I decide to just click on this, and go to my background color and change the color of my background to, oh no, not gradient, all right, so let me just change it to black. All right, so this, okay, now you can see what's happening, guys. You can see what's happening here. You can see the amazing thing that is happening here. And with this now I can blend and I can begin to manipulate my background. All right, can begin to manipulate my background. Background manipulation is another thing. If you also need a video on that, let me know in the comment section. Okay, now you need to let me know so that I can consider it. If a lot of people are not interested, then I'm not going to consider it. All right, so that is the first tool. The first tool, like I show you now, is the texture tool. Now the next tool is the perspective tool. Now this tool is very much underrated. This tool is one of the most underrated tools on Pixellab app. In fact, I can categorically say that this tool is the most underrated tool on Pixellab app, right? It is simply because a lot of people are ignorant about the tool. Now for example, now just check my screen, you can see a design that I created some times ago. Now if you look at it, you will realize that there is something on the floor, the creative magician. All right, that's more like a brand name to me, not really a brand name, but then I call myself the creative magician. All right, now if you check the floor, you realize that I blended that particular text to the floor. Now the only reason why this could be possible is simply because of the perspective tool, because one amazing function of the perspective tool is that you can use it to adjust your shapes and adjust your text. Let me just quickly show you that. Oh, like I said, if you want me to create a specific video on each of these things, because I won't be able to cover them very well, then just let me know. All right, let me know so that I'll be able to cover each of these things. But then if you are not interested, then we'll just go over that. All right, so let me just click on test, for example, then click on test, and let me just type in something. All right, let me just type in something. Okay, so let me type in subscribe. All right, so I'm just using this to remind you that if you're actually new to this channel, you know what to do. Please just smash the subscribe button and hit the like button, then also turn on your notifications so that YouTube can always notify you, like I said earlier. Now this is subscribe. Okay, let me just quickly change my font. I feel that it's not necessary, but then I feel like I just already do that. All right, so let me just change my font to, let me use my recent font. This is too big. All right, let me just okay, yeah, let me just type in a font. Let me just type in a font. Let me use this. All right, or let me use the straight one. Okay, sorry about that. Now click on OK. Now this is our test, right? This is our test. Now let me increase the size a bit. So this is my test here. So just go to perspective 2. Now this same thing I'm about to show you also applies to shape, but then I don't think I'll be showing that of shape here because I don't want this video to be too long. Now enable it, right? All right, so let me just show you the simple trick to using the perspective tool like a pro. The simple tool is by engaging your grid lines, right? Now grid lines is also another amazing tool. Like I said, I'm only touching on the 5 major tools. If not, grid line you probably have been able to find its way in. Now one amazing thing about grid line is that you can use it for alignment and amazing things, but then that is not what I'm concerned about in this video. All right, so let me just show you. Let me adjust this one. That's how to maximize your perspective tool. All right, so with grid line now you can adjust this to the edge. Now if you look at this, if you look at this, you will realize that there are like the name is called grid lines and there are points. Okay, these are meeting points. Okay, so to be able to get a perfect, all right, to be able to get a perfect adjustment of your text, okay, you need to maximize grid lines. All right, so like this now I can also adjust this one here. All right, so you can see what I'm doing now. Okay, so let me move this here now. For example, I'm just trying out something weird, guys. All right, I'm trying out something weird. Okay, but I don't think this is going to be okay. All right, let me do something. Let me just do something briefly. Tap on this. Let me add a node. Let me add another one. So this one should just be here. All right, let me move this here rather. Let me move that 35. All right, then this one, or this one can be 55. All right, so let me just go to 55. Yes, 55. Okay, oh, this is 56 already, but then yeah, let's just go with that. Let's just go with 56. Okay, so let me just tap on this. Then magnet function is not going to work here, so adjust this here. All right, I'm so sorry about the background noise. If you are hearing any background noise, so sorry about that. Okay, so like I said, okay, sorry, this is, oh sorry, I mean 65 actually, 65. Click on OK, and yes, okay, now I can adjust this. Just move this to this point, and you can also move this to this point. Okay guys, so you can see what I just created now. Guys, look at this. This is amazing. This is really amazing. Okay, so if you like me to create a specific video on perspective too, just let me know in the comment section so that I can actually work on that too. All right, so the next tool on my list here now is the 3D tool. Now the only reason I'm actually putting this tool more like a bonus tool. Okay, so this is actually the 3D test tool. Now the reason why this 3D test tool is very important in this list is because of my test effect. Now if you are not new to my channel, or even if you are new, just check out my channel, you realize that for the past few weeks now I've been dropping test effects, 3D test effect, and that is where this 3D test tool comes to play. This is actually very important. You hardly can you can't even create 3D test effects without using your 3D tool, and that is why it is very important, very important. Okay, very important. All right, so I don't want to change this test because of my time, but then I'm just going to move this here and I'm just going to increase the size. All right, now scroll down and let me change the font. I feel like I should change the font so that what I'm about to show you can can make more sense to you. So now click on Vanguard, okay, and go to 3D test. Just scroll down. This is 3D test. Enable it. All right, like you can see now, just mark it and scroll up. So let me change the color to red. Let me change to deep red. Now you can see our 3D. Okay, so in this video, okay, actually I have a video on 3D already. Yeah, I have a video on 3D. Just check the description box below. You are going to see the link to that video, or check through my earlier videos on my YouTube channel. You are going to see it. Okay, so yeah, let me move this here so you can see the 3D test tool. If you are not new to my test effect tutorials, you will actually understand how important this tool is. Now the next tool, the fourth tool on my list, is the max tool. Okay, but then I want to consider the 50. You know, I said the 50 is very important, and that is the Bezier tool. Guys, the Bezier tool is the most craziest tool. I don't even care what anybody say. I don't care what anyone is saying. The Bezier tool is the craziest tool. You know what amazing thing about the Bezier tool is that it is very much functional for flyers, and there is no way you can create logo on Pixellab without using the Bezier tool or the Max Tool, and that will bring me back to the Max Tool, which is my number 4. Now the Max Tool and the BZ Tool are actually very similar to. The only difference is the fact that the Max Tool is already fixed. Let me show you what I'm talking about so that I won't just be talking and talking and talking and talking. All right, so now one difference between the Max Tool and the BZ Tool is that for you to be able to use the Max Tool, you either must be working with a text or with a shape or with an image. All right, so it's either you are working with a text, with anything graphical, right? You can't just use the Max Tool on its own. But then if you look right on my screen now, you realize that you can see the BZ Tool. So with the BZ Tool now, I can just use it for amazing things. Now it's more like I'm combining the two now, okay? So but then you understand which one I'm talking about. So I'm talking about the Max Tool. I'm still going to come to the BZ Tool. The BZ Tool is actually very, very crazy. So the Max Tool now, let me just import a shape or a text, for example. Now if you look at my screen now, you realize that you can see some designs. Just look at my screen now, you can see some designs. Now you look at the text, just pay attention, careful attention to the text. All right, you can see the text in the first design. Yeah, this design, in the first design, you can see that my text does not look normal. The reason why this is possible, all right, let me just let me show you let me import. All right, sorry about this. All right, okay. So yeah, like I said, if you look at my screen now, you can see my you can see a particular text design. Rather, look at the design, look at the text. Okay, look at the text. You can realize that the text does not look normal, and the only reason why this, I mean the heading now, the only reason why this is possible is because of the Max Tool. I was able to max my text, and with this you can also create manipulations around your text. And the amazing thing here is you can also use it on your shape. Now if you look at my other design, you realize that you can see this design has so many shapes, and you can see some kind of effect on the shapes, on the square shapes and the rectangle shapes across the design. The only reason why this is possible is because of the BZ Tool. The Max Tool, right? The Max Tool, and that is how powerful it is. Now if you need a specific video on the Max Tool, just let me know in the comment section. Now the last tool is the BZ Tool. This is the most powerful tool on Pixellab app. This is the most powerful tool because the functionalities of this tool ranges across designs. I mean poster design, flyer designs, even to logo. You hardly can create a logo, I mean a very good and functional and timeless logo on Pixellab without using either the Max Tool or the BZ Tool, except you just want to go through the lazy way of using shapes, right? Okay, I'm sorry about that if you feel attacked by that, but then yeah, I said what I said. Okay, sorry about that. Now like I said, the BZ Tool is actually very, very powerful. Like just check my screen now, you can see some illustrations. Now you can see this particular illustration. With the BZ Tool, you can create illustrations, you can create vector images, you can create so many amazing things. Look at my screen, you can see the illustration of a rabbit, or maybe this is a rat. I think a rabbit. Yeah, this is a rabbit. Okay, you can see the illustration. I actually did this with the BZ Tool from scratch, and you can see the illustration of that image. So I did it with the BZ Tool. Now the amazing thing about this is that I actually have a playlist on my channel where I've talked about this tool. Okay, so and then this series is still going to continue, but then from episode 1 to episode 7, I think I have episode 1 to episode 7, you realize that I've covered a lot. And if you follow carefully and meticulously from episode 1 to episode 7, then your problem, I don't know, whatever your problem with the BZ Tool is, you'll be able to maximize the BZ Tool. The goal of all of this is to ensure that you're able to maximize the tool. So the BZ Tool is actually very, very powerful. I've used it to create amazing logos, to like series of logos for different clients, right? And now I use system and I use Adobe Illustrator on system, but even with that, I still create logo on my PC, on my smartphone, right? So yeah, that is the most craziest tool on Pixellab. That's the BZ Tool, because it can create so many things. Another amazing thing about the BZ Tool is that you can use it to create curves. Okay, let me just briefly show you that. Now click on the BZ Tool, and this is what we've got. So just tap on this and add more points, and then close this up. All right, so what I'm doing will not be strange to you if you have actually followed my series. It's actually very, very simple. So then this is what I've got. So just increase the size, click on this, and then increase the size. All right, you can see what I'm doing on my screen. Mark it. All right, then move this down. Okay, move this down. Now go to opacity, increase opacity, and let me change the color. Guys, look at this. This is beautiful. Now you can see how powerful this is, just like an hint to how powerful it is, to how powerful the tool can be. Now let me click on opacity and just do something. Go to color. Where is it? Or let me go to, okay, let me just go to normal color. Go to color. Where is it? Yeah, click on color, enable color, and let me pick this one, mark it. Alright, so let me just increase the size, and yeah guys, you can see this. Yeah, with this I can, just with this I'm already even getting an idea of a design I can create with this particular template. Alright guys, so thank you for staying with me to this point. I've just shown you my most 5 important tools on Pixellab app. There are so many others, but then for the sake of this video, okay, let me just know, do you still want to know more? Let me know in the comment section if you still want to know maybe like 10 more tools that I actually use frequently and that are very crazy. Okay, now if you need a specific video on each of these tools, let me know in the comment section. Like I said earlier, each of these tools are actually very amazing, and in fact we can't keep talking and talking and talking about them in this video because each of them are like topic on their own. So let me know if you need a specific video on each of them. Thank you for sticking with me through this video. I'm going to see you in the next one, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new to this channel. Smash the like button and also turn on your notification bell. I'm going to see you in the next one. This is Iniski Designs once again.